What's up, wingnuts? Talk about freaking jumping right into it. Things escalated quickly. I was just able to get my GoPro turned on, got the bike clicked into gear, then boom, we were off racing. This video here is a part 2. If you like what you see, maybe go try checking out part 1, which was the first moto. In that moto, we ended up finishing 4th, even after a pretty rough dead-edge start. This time, we got off a little bit better, even though we were sleeping on the gate, slotted into around 5th behind Andrew Vogel, Jacob Schweeder, Thomas Zimmerman, and Logan Rathburn, who's right in front of me. Just to reiterate a little bit from the last video, I am on a 2012 KTM 450. We're riding at Muddy Waters Motocross track in Port Byron, Illinois for their first GP they've ever put on. We got a real nice course laid out here by Nick Balzer, who is the director of the District 17 GP series. Being a GP, this course was laid out a little different than the original motocross track where you had to corner into this jump face. Since my speed in the corner wasn't there, I was never able to triple out. When I was watching some of the A classes though, those guys were sending it pretty far. And then when I remembered that there was a straight run up to it, my brain was like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. I know that looked like nothing, but it was actually pretty damn fun to get to do something that I hadn't been able to before. The same concept I talked about in part 1 with getting to ride that forbidden ass kids track. Heading into the woods, it did seem like I was able to make up a little bit of time on some of these motocross guys, but since the woods sections weren't very long, they weren't very wide, not a lot of places to pass, and not super technical, I was able to get up kind of on the back end of them, but never make a pass, then would get out into the open and then stretch out the lead again. Getting into this tape matrix, we are all bunched up pretty tight, 1st through 5th place. I'm right behind Logan, and as we come around and go up this hill to get back on the track, he kicks up some roost and I just catch a rock straight to the tip. Over this jump we go, and it looks like we've got Thomas with a little tip over on the inside rut, but damn, even Crash, his form looks better than mine. Got them fucking elbows up and everything. No matter how impressive the tip over was, we still go by, taking 4th place happily behind Andrew, Jacob, and Logan. Here we have a little bit of kids track action where we're still all probably within half a second of each other. Jumping forward to lap 2 where I am back on my bullshit and probably getting just a little bit too comfortable. That time it felt more like somebody dropped me off the top of a 10-story building. Otherwise though, lap 2 was pretty uneventful, so we go ahead and skip right to the end and into lap 3. I want to address something here, and this could all be in my head, but I feel like riding these bigger bore bikes. I've got a 450 and a 300. Neither of them you really have to ping off the rev limiter to get them to move, but somehow hearing the bike lug with your ears makes the footage look slower with your eyes. Watch a little bit with no volume and tell me what you think. I really don't know, and maybe it's just because through video you can't feel how these bikes are pulling and still accelerating at really low RPM. It definitely looks and sounds like I'm just out for like a Sunday cruise. Anyways though, we are back on the kids track and getting a little bit sketchy. You can see here that in lap 3 the lead pack put a nice little gap on me. Coming across the line for our fourth and final lap, we run into Jim Rathburn, who happens to be a little bit of a local celebrity. Jim is a music critic for the iRock 93.5 radio station. He also happens to be sitting president of the Hailstorm fan club. Coming through this grass track section, I have myself one of the mildest little tip overs, but when I go to reach down and pick my bike back up, my hand is not working. I look down at it and I legit thought this thing was mangled and I was about to have to live the rest of my life with a strong hand.
Help! Here, oh, take my hand. Ah, come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
After the major freakout, we collect ourselves, perform some quick reconstructive surgery, get the bike up, and we're back on our way. Luckily, in that time, nobody passed us, and we were able to just kind of limper home into 4th place, which I was kind of happy about. Happy enough to even throw a little one-legger over the finish line, which almost made me crash. I asked Nick if he saw, but being the director of this series, he was in a heightened state of focus, which I like to call Squatch mode.
You see that shit? Oh.
Superficially, the way a Sasquatch walks or its gait seems to be very similar to a human being, but as it turns out, it's very different. It's distinctly different.
Check me out, Mr. Consistent, going 4-4 for, you guessed it, 4th place. Anyways, if you're still here, thanks for watching, and you can thank this guy in the featured comments for me getting my quality right. You guys now got 2K. I'll catch you in next week's video. Until then, peace.